Good morning, you guys. Unicorn fan here. So today we're going to be talking about confronting in love. So what I mean by that is basically I'm going to be talking about marital conflicts. So conflicts are usually the symptom of a wedge that has already been driven somehow in the past. There can be disagreements between spouses, which appears a number of times in scripture, as for example, Solomon's poetic description of his misunderstanding with his new bride demonstrates a difference of feeling, awkward communication, and poor timing in learning to live together in love. Abraham and Sarah quarreled over their childlessness in Genesis 16, verse 5, as did Jacob and Rachel in Genesis 30, verses 1 to 2. So Job's wife disagreed with his response to his illness, which it says in Job 2, verse 9 to 10, and the prophet Malachi denounced the priests who had broken and not mended their wedding vows, which it says in Malachi 2 verses 14 and 16. So disagreements are very common, but scripture also provides guidance. Both Paul and Peter gave clues to the prevention and settlement of domestic clashes. To discordant couples in Corinth, Paul wrote, God has called us to live in peace, as it says in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 17. That is the ultimate objective that Paul advises us. So Peter also advised wives experiencing strained relations with unbelieving spouses to win them through consistently gentle and quiet spirits. So human nature has not been changed. Competition and contention lead only to harsh consequences. Love, on the other hand, protects, trusts, hopes, and perseveres, as it says in 1 Corinthians 13, verse 7. So Jesus taught us to remove the plank in our own eyes before we try to get rid of the specks of the dust in the eyes of others. Which it means that before we even start judging that person, we have to look at ourselves first before we even admit that person's flaws, as we have our own flaws. So mercy is a vital part of relaxing tensions. A patient, forgiving, tolerant spirit eases confrontations, which it says in Micah 6, verse 8. Sensitivity and timing also recaptures warm affection. We should not let problems fester into bitterness. The New Testament cautions us to address anger before the sun goes down. As it says, before we even confront the person, we have to make sure we are slow to anger, but we are willing to listen, and we are slow to speak. Even if all cannot be resolved, the peace process is begun. Finally, we must choose to forgive that person. Calm settles over us as we allow Christ to control hurts. He modeled forgiveness for us, and He alone can give us strength to bury revenge and restore harmony in relationships. And that believers are to be peacemakers and not to start a war with one another.